We're gonna talk about we're gonna talk on excuse the headset, I'm gonna let some people get on where this is gonna get very interesting. This is gonna be good, right? Just waiting on some people to get on with us here. I don't know what's going on here in my headset. It's just acting up, it's doing whatever it wants to do. But we are gonna get on here. This is live. I really appreciate you guys, to if you guys are able to share this. It's gonna be a good one. We're gonna be in here for maybe 30 minutes. People's a lot of people's attention span isn't very that isn't that long, but it's about they say between 6 and 8 minutes, 6 and 9 minutes, if that. So we're gonna talk about the Iranian peace treaty, right? With the war and all that stuff going on right now. We're gonna bring up Jared Kushner. Peace talks. Iran. Peace talks. He's the one that's Jared Kushner is the one that Iran. Trump's envoys, Witkoff and Kushner, to fly to Pakistan for Iran talks. Not Vance. Vance is not going. This is going to be very interesting, right? So we're talking about the peace talks in Iran, right? This is going to be world changing. This is going to be different. A lot of people are always like, why is everything, head news, when Iran is on, when I'm sorry, when Israel is, the talk, right? When Israel is, the headline, we have to remember that this alliance with the U.S. and Iran, I mean with the U.S. and Israel, has to do far beyond the ordeal that they dealt with in the 40s and the 30s, right? Um, Israel was always a talking point to the U.S. Israel was always um dare I say it was a friend, not a foe of the U.S. before um the Nazis. Um, Remember, there were a lot of people that had a lot of power and money back in the 30s and 40s. A lot of them were Jews. Okay, let's not forget that dare I say again that there was a lot of influence from a lot of Israelis in the 40s and the 30s. And if you guys can share this, right? There was a lot of influence in the 30s and the 40s, and then when the 50s came abroad, right? And Israel became a state. Um, that ordeal was over with the Nazis. Israel was put through a lot, but I'm dare me to be frank about it all, right? Um, when we actually look at what happened in the 30s and the 40s, um, there weren't a lot of people that could say, or a lot of Israelites that can say that they were true Israelites. So, dare I say again, a lot of Germans, a lot of French, Sweden, people from those countries um, dare I say again, infiltrated Israel. make themselves pass as an Israelite or a true Israelite, set up shop in Israel in the 50s and took over the land. Dare I say again that a lot of those Israelites that are in Israel right now and were in Israel in the late 40s and 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010, 2020, now present, that's not their land. These are white men, white people from Sweden, from Germany, and France that have come into Israel and have infiltrated Israel. Thus, the Bible tells us that Israel will be hated, but Israel will be basically pushed abroad back in the days of Jesus after the 70 AD after the temple fell. Israel's were pushed and set abroad to all nations. To say that most Israelites stayed in the proximity of Israel within 2,000 miles of it for the last 2,000 years, it's far-fetched. What I'm saying is this. Adolf Hitler did not fight the true Jews in the 30s and 40s. He himself was confused. He himself was lied to because these were not the real Israelites. A very small amount of I think it was 20 million, right? 20 million Jews that were killed. If you guys can help me with a number, how many Jews were killed during that time, right? When Adolf Hitler killed Jews? How many Jews were killed? How many Jews were brutally killed? Was it 20 million, 30 million, 40 million? I can't remember the number. You guys share this, right? I want the algorithms to hit this. I want the algorithms to come in. We're talking about the Jews. We're talking about white Polish, white German, white French people infiltrating Israel in the 30s and 40s and 50s and setting shop because they wanted to leave those countries that were killing their own people. Just like Iranian government is killing their own people right now. There are Jews, real Jews in Iran. Let me take these off. Listen to what I'm saying. There are true Jews, real Israelites in Iran right now being killed by the government. So let's do this. I just spoke about, I mentioned Jared Kushner. All right, guys, let's keep this going. I'm gonna talk to you guys about something very big in a minute. Give me like 2-3 minutes. I'm gonna mention something very big. It's biblical, all right, and it's gonna be top news. It's gonna be headlines very soon. Let me bring something up to you guys. We're talking about Jared Kushner, Iran, the real Israelites, the Polish, the French, the Sweden, Israelites that infiltrated Israel in the 30s, 40s, and 50s and set up shop, left their country and went to Israel pretending to be the real Israelites. They were Jews, but they are of the synagogue of Satan. These are the Jews that came back to Israel. The section of Israel that are, those who are opposed, those who are opposing Christ. They're not the true Jews. They're not the true Israelites. Okay, they are of the synagogue of Satan. Okay, which are the white Polish, the white French, and the white Sweden men that came into Israel into the 40s and 50s after the war, after there were, their people were massacred and killed. And they led themselves to be Israelites, and the Americans recognized them as a nation and set them up as a state and gave them and basically allowed them to stay in the land of Israel, not displacing Palestine. That's not what happened. That's a whole nother story. We're going to talk about it tonight too. I'm going to keep it short and simple, not too long, maybe another 20-25 minutes on here. So let's talk about this real quick, okay? Yeah. Share this. Trust me, you guys want to listen to this. I'm telling you. Israelites. Hated. Guys, come on. I'm waiting for you guys to get on here. You know, Israel hated among the nations. And I always go KJV. Why KJV? KJV keeps it real with just a word or two. Deuteronomy 28:64. Moreover, the Lord will scatter you among all peoples. Listen, this is even before Jesus was born. Okay, this was around. I would say this was Deuteronomy, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, the fifth book of the Bible. So this is, I would say, this is around after the garden. This is between year 800 and 1200. Okay, listen to this. Before this is after the garden. So this is again from the exile of the garden to the year of Christ is about 4,000 years. So that's already 4,000. Since Jesus was born until now, it's about 2,000 years. So it's 6,000 years. Give or take a few hundred years, we're almost in year, well, no, we're almost in year 6,000. The Jewish calendar, I believe, is year 5980 something, 90 something. We're almost at the cusp of the 6 year mark, the 6 day mark. On the seventh day, God rested. The seventh day, before year six, okay, which is 1,000 years of rest. Remember, Christ will come down and reign for 1,000 years, 6 to 7,000. That thus then the completion. So 6,000 years is right there at the cusp between 15 to 20 years from now, from 2026. So by 2040, remember that by 2040. So yeah, the Jewish calendar, approximately, the year is about the year 590, 5980, 5990. We're almost at year 6,000. Okay, moreover, Deuteronomy 20:64, we read the word in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Deuteronomy 20:64. Moreover, the Lord will scatter you among all peoples, from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth, and there you shall serve other gods, wood and stone, which you or your fathers have not known. Okay. Ezekiel. Ezekiel 36, 19, 24. And I scattered them among the heathen. I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries. So how is it? Listen, oh my Lord, thank you for this revelation, Lord. Listen, guys, share this. Listen to this revelation that no one speaks on. But here in this channel, we give it to you as the Holy Spirit gives it to us. We don't sugarcoat. We don't sprinkle any little sprinkles on top of there. Nah, listen. So how is it that the Jews were in Germany, and about 20 to 40 million Jews were killed in the 30s and 40s? Okay, listen up. These white men that were killed, that were supposedly the scattered of Israel, of the 12 tribes, were only about 2,000 or 4,000 miles from Israel for 2,000 years. But the Bible tells us in the book of Ezekiel, and I scattered them among the heathen. Listen to this word. And they were dispersed through the countries. They're only one country over, not countries over. According to their way and according to their doings, I judged them. And when they entered onto the heathen, whither they went, they profaned my holy name when they said to them, these are the people of the Lord and are gone forth out of his land. But I had pity for my holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen, whither they went. So I'm going to finish with this. Jared Kushner is supposed to be a Jew, and he's not. His ancestors are either from German, white Polish, white French, white Spaniard. He's not a Jew. He's not an Israelite. Not because he's white, no, but because he's European. European can mean many things. There are Eastern European Jewish people, meaning they have the blood of one of the tribes, one of the 12 tribes. And I'm one of them. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm a Puerto Rican descent. Um, I am part Eastern European Jewish. I am of the tribe, I believe, of the tribe of Benjamin, um, which most Puerto Ricans are, which most Latinos are from. Most Latinos are from the tribe of Benjamin, through the blood. So there is no way these European Jews that were massacred by the hands of Hitler, which was horrible, which was horrendous. There is no way, not even 80% of them were of Jewish descent or Israel or of the 12 tribes. There's no way. That's just the truth. That's facts. They were European. They were from Europe. They were French. They were from Sweden. They were from Poland. They were from these white native areas. So we have been lied to. And the world will know. And the world will find out. And the world will go against Israel. This is the reason why the world will all get together and go against Israel, because we will soon find out that they are all, mostly 80% of the Jews in Israel right now that have taken over Israel, they are of the synagogue of Satan. That's all I have to say. And what's next? The world will come against her and displace her. And then the true Jews will come back. It's getting scary, it's getting real. Pray for the real Israelites to come back to the land. And this will speed up prophecy. Not because we can speed up prophecy, but because God is going to speed up prophecy. Because if God will not have shortened the days, what does the Bible say? No flesh would survive. God bless. Share this. God bless.